Hey guys, good afternoon, and thanks for checking out another segment here of our live stream question and answer session. I'm meteorologist Michael Clark here, bamwx.com. It's a beautiful winter day out here in Indianapolis. It's, I don't know, what's the temperature right now? Cold, 29 or something, 30? 29? 33, wow, 33 degrees. Sadly, this is the coldest day we've had all winter. We are on track right now for the least amount of snow in the history for the month of January here in Indianapolis. It has just been crazy warm. In fact, I believe we are currently the second warmest January on record, dating back to 1895. Holy moly. All right. That's warm, baby. All right. So, hey, I'm going to answer your questions. I got them pulled up here, Facebook. I got the guys on the other streams. I will take them, so please be patient with me. Let's not ask them right up front. I'm going to give you a little bit of a forecast, answer some questions for you. I do want to note, we are going to launch an opportunity for you to sponsor these streams. They're reaching 20, 30, even at times 50,000 people per day with these streams organically. We are going to launch the opportunity for someone to sponsor them on a daily basis. It'd be a pretty good opportunity for you to get your name out there and everything. So, hey, let's take a look. This is where it would go, all right? You can shoot an email, info@bamwx.com. But something similar like this would go, you would have a banner, put your logo there, whatever. It would be a pretty neat little deal to partner with you and help you grow a little bit, okay? There's not very many places, if any, that can reach the folks that we reach how we do it organically on a daily basis on social media. So, hey, let's take a look. We've got a storm coming in. This is a look here at current radar. We can see we've got rain across Arkansas, Louisiana, Texas, the panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas. And we have this mix occurring. You can see where we see these multiple different types of precipitation here, where you have rain, and then you have sleet, and then you have freezing rain, and you have snow. And, snow, sleet, freezing rain, ice. It's, goes in like a little bit of a pattern here. But it's all coming up to the north and east with this storm system that's going to be working in here this weekend. And unfortunately, it's, for a lot of us guys, it's just going to be another big rain system. It's not going to be a big snow event unless you're over here from Des Moines to Cedar Rapids up towards Milwaukee and points north. This is not looking to be a very big winter storm down across the at least the Great Lakes area, the lower Ohio Valley. This is the current advisory map. We've got winter weather advisories that extend for much of the Central Plains, and then over here to the east. We still have these winter storm watches, and then there's nothing in northern Illinois, nothing in Wisconsin, nothing over here yet in Michigan. I still think these different weather offices are waiting to see exactly what is going to happen with the afternoon data, just based on last week's storm. I mean, last week's storm for the computer models was a disaster. The forecast was a bust. It was just it was a bad deal. So overall, guys, we're waiting to see exactly what's going to happen here and how this is going to pan out. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some winter weather advisories issued here throughout the area, and further east here, nothing, just rain. It's going to rain. Let's time it out. Let's take a look at this. I'm going to pull up. This is the WRF, the NAM3 model, and what you can see is we watch down here to the south where this big mix and mess of stuff comes in Friday morning. This is Iowa Friday morning. Friday afternoon finally starts to reach Chicago. Then it finally starts to get into Michigan here by Friday evening into Saturday morning. But look at all the rain and the warmer air that works in with this storm before it wraps up into a nice wind maker and pulls off into the north and east. So the important thing to note here, see this big H, this area of high pressure out ahead of this? Essentially what this is going to do is really throw in some dry air into the storm and allow for some of this stuff at the beginning here to be eaten away. And so tomorrow night, for a time, you may notice that there may be some precipitation on the radar that doesn't actually reach the ground. We call that virga. And that's a reason that there's a lack of saturation in the atmosphere for the precipitation to actually hit the surface. So we think that may be a problem for a time tomorrow night for a little bit. But again, you can see this thing's nasty. It just comes through. St. Louis may be getting, some ice, central Illinois some ice, maybe even central Indiana for a time tomorrow night, some ice and some sleet before it all changes to rain. And a big cold front comes through, and I tell you what, we bring in some serious cold air with this storm. Okay, this is a look at snowfall totals. This is the NAM3. or the WRF computer model, if you will. And we're using this model right now just because, you know, on the southern end of this, you can see how we have these weird little notches and these weird little, voids in the snowfall here. And essentially what these are is an indication that the drier air is trying to work into the storm system from the southern end. Anytime we take these low pressure tracks and we kind of go up and through here, you're going to work in warm air, and we have a really stout low level jet working in some Gulf moisture as well. It'll be a good snow though for northwestern Iowa, eastern portions of South Dakota, Sioux Falls area, up to Minneapolis, getting over into portions of Stevens Point, over there towards Green Bay, and then much of Michigan here. A good swath of 6 to locally 8 or 9 inches of snow cannot be ruled out with this storm. But gosh, I tell you, people who are kind of at risk, especially the city of Chicago, you know, maybe you can get a couple of inches here, but it might be difficult with the warm air working in. I wouldn't be shocked if we see some of these models start trending a little bit warmer. In fact, we've got some new models coming in right now. How's the HRRR coming in? Anything? We'll get a taste of it and kind of see what it's, what it's got going. But regardless, this is the current thinking on that. This is a look at the blend of models in terms of total precipitation. The heaviest precip is going to be found here from Tulsa to Springfield, over towards St. Louis up to Springfield, Illinois, and then Lafayette. You know, we're talking an inch. Some spots here, maybe an inch and a half, 2 inches of rain. This is kind of a blanket half inch to an inch for these locations that don't need the rainfall, that's for sure. So I'm looking over here at the other screen. Is that the 18Z, HRRR? 18Z. Okay. So still seeing a swath of snow work in. The question is going to be how long can the snow last?
Quite a bit of dry air on the front end.
Dry air on the front end, yeah, high pressure working in. So, okay, all right, good. Well, this is a look here at our blend of models. So what we do here is we take all the models, stick them in a blender, and we put out a forecast. This is what it looks like when you take the blend of things. It looks a lot like that 3-kilometer NAM I showed you. It may not be heavy enough up here, but over across Wisconsin up into Michigan, it has a pretty good handle on that. So the big story, the temperatures are going to come behind this thing. These are lows by Sunday morning, all right? 14 degrees in Indianapolis, and then you go over here towards Chicago, 6 degrees, Des Moines 7 up into the northern plains. You're getting into low temperatures here into the minus 10, minus 15. And then Monday morning, the same thing happens. That cold works in. Note that the intense cold never really gets east of the Ohio River Valley. It's all kind of bottled up in the northern plains. It's been that way for years around here, but pretty cold, all right? Again, morning temperatures here waking up Tuesday next week. It's definitely going to be the coldest air of the season. So the furnace, they'll be cranking, all right? It will be cold. This is a fun map. Let me show you what this map means. So this map here is the European model's longer term forecast for next week. And it's the change versus the previous run. And so what we're noticing here is what we've seen all winter, where we've seen a lack of blocking being able to establish in the Pacific Northwest, and the ridging out east gets stronger. Therefore, the model right now is coming in drastically warmer for that week 2 forecast. That's a trend that's been going on since early December. So really no surprise there with that. So at any rate, let's open up the floor for some questions or some miserable people's tweets or rude comments. It'd be fun. Let's read them. Do we have anything?
Why does the Weather Channel have higher snow accumulations than you do?
I don't know. They're probably using a different model. The European model, the GFS, is a little bit more aggressive with these snow totals, but with the last system, they just did not do well at all. These high-res models handled it better. And it's possible that what we're showing with these snow totals, it's possible that these can end up being higher if it's colder and lasts longer. Let me get back to that. I'll show you again the map that we're favoring. It's possible these are too low, but given the trends and how things have gone, I just don't have any desire to go out big numbers just yet. Okay. Any other questions? Nothing in Facebook?
Somebody commented that they think after 13-14 winter something broke in the atmosphere. It's never been the same.
Something broke in the atmosphere after the 13-14 winter. I kind of think that's, move my hand. I kind of think that that's a possibility. You know, it's been pretty miserable in terms of snow. Let's see if I can get my thing to play here. Here we go. Let's see. I want to read some comments. My wife's watching. Hello, wife.
What time will sleet, freezing rain enter Indiana?
I don't know. What time are we thinking? Sleet, freezing rain tomorrow night's 8, 9 o'clock. Is that the current thought process?
It'll be definitely later in the evening.
Yeah, later in the evening. And again, the window is short. It's a short window for that to happen. So remember, you want to sponsor these, check it out. All right, shoot us an email. We'd love to have you. Bring on winter, Max says. Not a whole lot of it coming, baby. John Jett says Muncie, all rain or ice. You're going to get a little bit of everything for a time, and then it's going to work into be all rain. There's not going to be any snow accumulations across Indiana whatsoever unless you're in that very far northern county row. Okay. Let's see. Any miserable people comments? Anything on Twitter?
Yeah, everybody's being very nice.
Everyone's very nice today. Wow. It must be the sunshine, you know? Maybe it's this morning it was not. I think this morning some people maybe didn't have their coffee or something. I'm not really sure. I don't know. You know, I tell you, when you get these mean comments or these mean tweets, it's almost like a day in the life of that person. I mean, you have to really find time to do things like that. You know, you have to really be a miserable person. We're going to call them miserable people tweets. Okay. When is this coming? Bruce, good question. This is coming Friday evening into Saturday. All right. Jennifer, bummer, we need lots of snow. Aaron says, what's February look like? February is looking right now like it's going to be a lot warmer. Okay. At least at this distance. How's the new EPS still coming, Vince?
Still warm.
Okay. Still warming. All right. So the outlook's just trending warmer and warmer out through February. Okay. Keep up the good work, Steve says. Appreciate that. Melissa, next week will actually be cold. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be pretty cold. Coldest day of the season, but then it will drastically start to warm up as we get into next weekend. Holy moly, that's warm.
Yeah, down 23 points. Woo!
Wow. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. Anyways. So thank you. Yeah, thank you, Deanna. Appreciate that. Man, don't worry about those negative Nancy's. Ashley says, "Oh, I'm not worried about them. It's just entertainment, Ashley. We get, we got to laugh around here. But I promise you, I don't lose a second sleep about it. That's for sure." I'm glad you have fun with the comments. They certainly aren't deserved in your direction. I appreciate that, Travis. Jason needs a BAM hat. We don't?
I think we'll have like one left.
We'll get some more.
We got 100 people interested.
Hey, Brett, take down Jason Opsal. O-P-S-A-L. Can you write that down? Jason Opsal. I'll write your name down. I'll see about getting you a hat. All right? Appreciate you tuning in today. All right? I can't get everybody a hat. He's the first guy that said it. I don't have a lot of hats right now. They're incredibly expensive. I think for 100 hats, I think it's $1,000 or something.
Steve from the Reds is watching.
Steve from the Reds. Steve, hello. How are you, Steve? Need to get the motorcycle ready for February, Corey asks. I mean, I'm going to say yes. I think, I think you can get out on the dang thing and ride it. I see 60s in the future.
Late January.
So, no snow for Richmond, Indiana. All right, Ellen, thank you for tuning in. We really appreciate that. That's very nice of you. Any other comments or questions? Periscope, YouTube?
Leaving Bloomington at noon tomorrow, headed to Milwaukee. Can I miss out on the ice?
No. If you are leaving Bloomington tomorrow and heading to Milwaukee, you're going to run into some nasty weather. It's pretty much inevitable at that point. You're going to have a tough drive, so take it easy, headed up that way.
Especially right when you're getting there.
Especially right when you're headed that direction. So,
Leave earlier.
any other comments, Brett? Anything in Periscope?
No.
What about Twitter over there? See if you can check my tweets right there on the left screen, all the way over. Any new tweets?
Come on, we need something neat.
Come on. Any new tweets?
It actually looks more like zonal flow. There are no deep troughs and ridges.
Okay.
I mean, it's not. Well,
Now there's a pretty stout ridge in the east. Anyways, came in late. Elkhart, you're here. You know, maybe an inch or two of snow. Not out of the question. All right. Jerry, thank you. Jeremy, you'll take a shirt. I don't have any, but I'll get some. All right, we'll get some shirts. Going to, let's see. You guys are amazing. Thanks for staying on top of it. Thank you, Amy. So Bloomington is going to get bad tomorrow. If so, when? Bloomington is not going to get bad tomorrow. It's just going to rain. You'll be fine. Wow.
Chesco says, interesting to hear your views, but many other professionals see a colder stretch focused in the east.
Is that from Periscope?
Mm-hmm.
So we have a Periscope comment that says, interesting opinion on the warmer weather, but many other professionals see colder in the east, and that's okay. I understand there's other different opinions. I mean, the latest European that just came in absolutely warmed significantly. Any cold that the model has, it ends up losing it. We're on tap for the second warmest January in history. And, you know, the HDD just came in, the GW HDD that a lot of the natural gas traders look at, down 28 points. It's a huge, huge slap in the face for that industry right now. It's horrible. It's down some 40% on year over year. So I don't have any reason to, I'm not inclined to believe it's going to get cold right now. I just don't have any reason to believe that. I'm not saying other people are wrong. Other people have their opinions. That's fine. This is our opinion. This is what we're sharing with you. Okay.
Max wind gust for southern Minnesota. I believe it's going to be 30 to 40 tomorrow, and then gust up to 50 on late Saturday.
So southern Minnesota, someone asked about wind gusts, 30 to 40 tomorrow, and perhaps up to 50 miles per hour on Saturday. So only watch BAM for weather. No one else comes close. Thanks for all you do. Dell, I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Travis says it's going to get very cold. Travis, it is not going to get very cold. I literally just spent 5 minutes explaining why it's not going to do that. Alrighty, so it's going to get cold early next week for a time, you know, but we're talking seasonal averages almost, a couple of degrees below average. This is not a big deal. I just got here. How's Martinsville looking for tomorrow and Saturday? Rain. All right, Randy, how's Bowling Green, Ohio looking? Rain.
How much ice in southeast Ohio?
Ice for Hamilton County, maybe just a coating. Not much as it moves north. What'd you say, Brett?
How much ice for southeast Ohio?
None.
Pretty much none.
None. No ice for southeast Ohio. John, thank you. Appreciate that. David, going to be a good weekend for a motorcycle ride. Might be a little cold for the motorcycle rider this weekend. Although about 9 years ago, I bought a motorcycle and a friend of mine rode it home for me on 465 and it was 17 degrees. He was a real trooper.
Those
you know.
are brutal days.
God love him. All right. Kendra, how you doing? Thanks for watching. Any other questions or comments, guys? Brett, anything on Twitter?
Hoosier Forever says only follow BAM for weather. Been following since y'all were in double-digit followers on Facebook.
Oh, thank you, Hoosier. Hoosier Forever?
Yeah.
That's very nice of you. Been following since day one. Appreciate the support.
Any idea
Thank
of
you so
snow
much.
amounts for Des Moines, Iowa?
Yeah, probably around 3 to 5 inches on the high side. Some of the data, like the one I'm showing here, some of the high-res data is like 2 to 3 inches. You're kind of in the risk there for the mixing to occur, the sleet and the ice in Des Moines. So keep an eye on that forecast. It may trend down a little bit. So we'll see.
Any idea of snow amounts in Des Moines?
Yep, it's Des Moines snow. Just covered that in 2, maybe 3 inches. Again, a little bit of a warmer nose risk there, so we'll have to monitor. You can get snow when it's in the 30s. Yes, you can. Thank you for that. I'll watch this later and see what you said about Chicago. Thank you for sharing these. Absolutely, you're welcome. Right now, again, we're favoring around a 2 to 3 inch amount for Chicago, and that may struggle, but there are models that are much higher than what we're telling you. We do have models that are saying 6 or 7 inches of snow in the Chicago metro area. So it's not like we're not saying that that's being advertised. It's just our opinions on that right now. That number could trend up. So, all right, guys, that's going to do it for me today. Almost. Any other questions, Brett? Any other tweets?
Somebody just asked, snow in Atlanta anytime soon?
Snow where?
In Atlanta.
No. No, that's Atlanta snow is a big no. But for those of you who are wanting hats, if we order more of these hats here are $20, I think. They're actually very high quality. The stitch on them is what do you call that? It's like
3D
3D stitching,
Raised.
raised or whatever. These are actually very, very nice hats. They're very expensive. So if anyone actually wants them, we can get some made, but they're not free. So
We could do some trivia and do some.
yeah, we could do some giveaways, but if anybody wants a hat, I'll be happy to give them to you. We don't really sell apparel. We're not like in a an apparel store or anything, but we got hats. We'll give them to you if you want them. So,
I saw that once before.
yeah, that's all I got, guys. Any questions before we get out of here? Any last minute questions?
Nothing.
Again, you want to sponsor these, you have an interest in advertising your business here, get with us. We'll keep you posted about the snow coming this weekend. Take care.